France's qualification for the 2010 World Cup finals developed into one of the most fascinating and controversial sagas in recent memory. All the world knows about the hand of Henry. When the draw for Group 7 of European qualifying was made, France were clear favourites. True, Romania and Austria both had World Cup pedigree, and Serbia talented and experienced players, but Raymond Domenech's squad boasted star names who had won every major prize. It was a huge shock when the 1998 winners began their campaign with a 3-1 defeat in Austria in September 2008. In their first home game of qualification 4 days later, they beat Serbia 2-1. Their final qualifier of 2008 in Romania looked as though it would be a day to forget as they went 2-0 down. However, France staged a comeback to claim a point. Franck Ribéry made it 2-1 just before half-time. Then Johan Gourcuff's equaliser with 20 minutes to go earned France a draw. 4 points from 3 games was a poor return for such a talented side, and pressure was mounting on the manager. 2009 began with a double header against Lithuania. 6 points were essential for Domenech to keep his job. Lithuania were ahead of France in the standings before the pair met, albeit having played a game more. Franck Ribéry's second half goal was decisive, and the 1-0 win cut the gap between the sides to 2 points. The return fixture at the Stade de France was equally close. Again, France triumphed by a 1-0 thanks to Ribéry and moved up to second in the group at the halfway point. After the summer break, France played the Faroe Islands. A 1-0 win away from home was another less than impressive result. André-Pierre Gignac's first goal in international football secured the 3 points, but a 1-0 victory against a team consisting of mainly part-time players did little to relieve the pressure on Domenech. A draw against Romania a month later meant they needed to win in Belgrade to stand a chance of catching group leaders Serbia. Domenech was given the vote of confidence by the French Football Federation, but he had long since lost the support of the public, and if rumours were to be believed, many of his squad. The crunch game away to Serbia came 4 days after the draw against Romania. Whilst France failed to get the win, under the circumstances, a point was a notable achievement. France were reduced to 10 men just 9 minutes in, when goalkeeper Hugo Lloris was sent off for a foul on Milan Jovanovic. Serbia took the lead from the resultant penalty, but France showed a hitherto unseen determination to take something from the game. When Thierry Henry levelled in the 31st minute, they had a second successive 1-1 draw. France trailed Serbia by 4 points with just 2 games remaining. They could only qualify automatically if Serbia dropped points. France beat the Faroe Islands 5-0, but Serbia's win against Romania meant that they would have to go through the playoffs. Failing to win Group 7 was a huge disappointment, and after beating Austria 3-1 in the final qualifier, Domenech had to rally his side ahead of a playoff with the Republic of Ireland. It seemed that Domenech had achieved this after his team claimed a 1-0 win in the first leg at Croke Park in Ireland. Nicolas Anelka scored after 72 minutes. His shot deflected off Sean St Ledger to give France a valuable away goal and the advantage ahead of the decisive second leg in Paris 4 days later. The Republic of Ireland captain Robbie Keane evened the aggregate score. With the scores level after 180 minutes, extra time was needed. 2 minutes before the end of the first period, Thierry Henry twice handled the ball to keep it in play, before squaring to William Gallas, who tapped into the unguarded net. The goal proved decisive and secured France's place in next summer's finals. Ireland unsuccessfully appealed for the game to be replayed, and Henry admitted he had contemplated retiring from international football after being vilified for his deliberate handball. France will take their place in South Africa despite the massive controversy and speculation. Whether they can repeat the triumph of '98, reach the final as in 2006, or go out in the group stages without scoring a goal like they did in the 2002 tournament remains to be seen. Either way, France's games are likely to be compulsive viewing at South Africa 2010.
That Germany maintained their record of qualifying for every World Cup finals they've been eligible for was no surprise. Having won the World Cup on 3 occasions and reached at least the last 16 in the past 7 tournaments, their pedigree is without question. Doubtless the 5 teams drawn alongside the Germans in qualifying Group 4 gave a collective groan when the groups were announced. True to form, Joachim Löw's team had little problem negotiating their path to South Africa. After demolishing Liechtenstein 6-0 in their opening game, Germany travelled to Helsinki to face a Finland team who'd only beaten Germany once, that back in 1923. An enthralling encounter saw the side share the points and 6 goals. Germany came from behind 3 times. Not for the first time, Miroslav Klose was the hero with a hat-trick. It was completed by an 83rd minute goal which spared Germany's blushes and ensured they had negotiated their opening 2 games without defeat and topped the table. Russia was seen as Germany's most likely challengers to win Group 4, and that's how it transpired. The two met in Dortmund in October 2008, and the majority of the 65,000 in attendance left contented after 2 early goals helped the home side to a 2-1 victory. Lukas Podolski got Germany off to the perfect start within 10 minutes. Germany were dominant in the early stages, and captain Michael Ballack pressed home the advantage when he added the second on 20 minutes. Andrei Arshavin pulled a goal back in the second half, but Germany took the points to top Group 4, a position they didn't relinquish for the rest of the campaign. The final game of 2008 saw Germany edge Wales in a closely fought contest, Tchaikovsky's second half strike proving decisive. The next 2 games yielded a further 6 points. A 4-0 thrashing of Liechtenstein was followed by a 2-0 win in Wales. After the summer break, the campaign resumed in August 2009 with a trip to Azerbaijan. The home side were now under the guidance of former Germany coach Bertie Vogts. Despite the insider knowledge, Germany won 2-0, with a goal in each half from Bastian Schweinsteiger and the ever-potent Klose. A 4-0 success in the return fixture in September meant Germany held a 1-point lead over second-place Russia ahead of their meeting in Moscow. The equation was simple for the Germans: win, and their place in South Africa was assured. The best part of 85,000 spectators created a partisan atmosphere in the Luzhniki Stadium, but Germany once again secured a memorable victory. 1 goal was enough to settle the game. Miroslav Klose, belying his wretched club form, hit the decisive strike, his 50th goal for his country. Löw saw his team play the final 20 minutes with 10 men after Jerome Boateng picked up a second yellow card. But Germany held on to continue their remarkable record of never having lost a World Cup qualifier away from home. A 1-1 draw in the final game of the group against Finland wasn't exactly finishing on a high, but in truth no one was too concerned. Germany had qualified unbeaten with 26 points from 10 games, scoring 26 goals and conceding just 5. That outstanding record, coupled with their previous triumphs, means Germany must again be considered as serious contenders when the World Cup kicks off in June. With the climate in South Africa set to favour European nations, Germany could capture football's most prestigious trophy for a 4th time.